All right, welcome to Sistas United tonight. I will see, I guess, in a little while if I'm joined by the other ladies. But we got an awesome topic tonight, which is do you get dressed for your man or do you get dressed for you? We're gonna get into it in a little while and want to talk about my Gospel Soul magazine. I got some stuff I want to talk about tonight and all that good stuff. So y'all make sure y'all keep it right here. Let somebody know it's time for Sisters United. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So tonight, got an awesome topic, but before we dive into it, um, it's Thanksgiving time. It's Thanksgiving time. And listen, the Thanksgiving comes cooking. Okay? People about to get ready to put together pies, put together that macaroni and cheese, that potato salad. So I definitely I got some, just just some tips for tonight. And I'm not talking about cash money. I'm talking about some tips. I want you to, and you're gonna hear my smoke detector needs a battery, so you're gonna hear that little beep. Don't text me and say you need a battery. I know I need a battery, and you might hear Yoshi barking because I am at home. Okay, so now that we got all that out the way, let's get into Thanksgiving. Now, I every year I talk about the do's and the don'ts. Okay? The do's and the don'ts. Let's start with the do's. First of all, you need to call and let folk know you coming to their house for Thanksgiving. Especially if you have a big family. Come on. You know you got 5 kids. Y'all have made a decision to go over to your auntie house. You got to call your auntie and you got to tell her, hey, we'll be at your house. And this is what, and number 2 is bring something. And this is why, because it is totally inconsiderate to show up with your whole tribe, your basketball team, your football team, and at somebody's house that was not prepared for you. Okay, I know in your mind you make decisions. Oh, we going to auntie house, but you got to call her and you got to say, auntie, we gonna be at your house for Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm just saying, you got to let her know that's common courtesy. Two, number two, okay, number two, that's a do. Okay, you got to you got to bring something. You got to contribute. I know folks show up with Tupperware. That's over in the dome. Folks show up with Tupperware so that they can, take some food home. They take food home for their boyfriend that didn't come, for they homegirl at work, you show up with Tupperware and trying to get it to go, and you into people fall. Listen, for Thanksgiving, why don't you bring something? Now, when we get into the bring something for Thanksgiving, I do this every year for a reason. When we get into the bring something for Thanksgiving, if you can't bake a cake, buy a cake. Don't try. Listen, we don't want experimental cakes, experimental banana puddings, experimental pecan pies and sweet potato pies at Thanksgiving. Buy something, but bring something. It's important because you show the person hosting that you care about the fact that they probably had to pay for all the food. Which brings me to another thing that has to do with bring something. Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, uh, PayPal, however, invoice somebody. Say, listen, I know you bring in your football team, so you need to bring cups, plates, plasticware, whatever. Bring something, pay for something, contribute something this Thanksgiving. I know you about to show up. You about to wear your pants with the elastic. You about to do all of that. Listen, if you care about your loved one, you already about to show up. You understand me? You need to bring some. Don't play games with it. Now, number three. Do not talk about politics. People say, well, that don't make sense. We're going to talk about something. Don't do that. It divides up the family. It starts mess, and it makes the holiday messy. Talk about memories. Talk about family stuff. I would suggest that you get games. If you the host, have games. Little Uno, little spades, be careful with the spades, because some folk get on the spade table and get ignorant. Okay, so be careful with the spades thing. Get a little Jenga going on, get a little, have something for people to do to pass the time. Now, if you got relatives that drink, you need to send out in the family group text how you gonna handle drinking. Okay, because some folks say, oh, I don't mind people drinking. Then you got people with kegs and all kinds of stuff. They got liquor, dark liquor, light you need to do a group text with your family, and you need to let them know, hey, no drinking at my house. Drinking, you know what I'm saying? You need to get tipsy, do that after you leave my house or whatever. But you need to let that be said early on. Okay, because folk about to show up at your house drunk as a skunk. They about to do it, and you got them relatives. And I know some of us are super saved, and we just want to act like we don't have folk that drink in our family. Yes, you do. Okay, so you need to be upfront about what you want if you are hosting this year. Okay, now I was at the job. I was talking with this young man. He's saying it'd be the battle of the sweet potato pies. Listen. If you want to save, if you don't want people fighting or competing for who made the best this and that, you make sure you call each individual, say, you bring this, because I'm telling you what's going to happen. You're going to have 5 socket to me cakes, and you're going to have 5 aunties that's mad, and fighting with each other and compete. No, you bring you bring macaroni, you bring this, you bring that. Be intentional this year. Okay, if you know 2 people don't like each other or whatever, you see, that's what I'm saying. You got to be intentional. You got to text. You got to get that family text going. You got to do something, because I'm telling you what's going to happen. People going to show up, and they're going to try to clean out the food. You come on, let's do. Okay, did I say number 4? Oh, well, I already did. Number 5. Number 5, you need to make sure you know who's making the potato salad. Listen, every year I talk about this potato salad. I'm going to tell you why. Because people add stuff to the potato salad that's unnecessary, like raisins. Why are you adding raisins to the potato salad? Some folk like onion in potato salad. I ain't no onion in the potato salad person, so I have to make sure that people know they don't put onion in the potato salad. Some folk don't, So make sure that when it comes down to the food, that you are making sure that people are respectful to other people. You got folks in your family that's allergic to stuff and all of this. Somebody tell me, if you're watching, tell me, are you doing traditional Thanksgiving? Because I'm doing dressing. We've been debating on the turkey. I think they said they'd rather have chicken, so, and I do I do a oh my God, a lemon pepper chicken, like a whole roasted chicken. I do my God, a garlic butter roasted, so I'm thinking I'm gonna be roasting for Thanksgiving. But I know I'm doing dressing. I know I'm doing some sweet potato pies. I'm gonna do some pecan pies, and I'm gonna do I think a chocolate cake. I forget what my daughter said, chocolate strawberry cake. But my son loves cheesecake, so I'm gonna be doing cheesecakes. So the spread's gonna be good. We're gonna have some greens. Of course, we gotta have greens, and we got to have cornbread. We're gonna have we got a nice little menu going on. And I know for Christmas, Christmas, we're gonna do like gumbo or something like that. If you're on here and you want to share what you will be doing for the holidays, please let me know. I'm cool with it. Now I got a question for you guys. When do you put up your Christmas tree? For me, my tradition for putting up my Christmas tree is Thanksgiving Day. I know it sounds weird, huh? It's either Thanksgiving Day or the day after Thanksgiving. I'm putting up my tree. Okay. I'm going all out. I get in the Christmas spirit, y'all. I'm telling y'all. But y'all know how this world is set up. The world is set up where they just zoom straight past Thanksgiving on to Christmas. So the Christmas decor is out. Okay. I haven't decided what colors I'm going with, which I'm thinking I'm gonna do a white Christmas, white lights, white decor, white, yes, yes. White poinsettias, just beautiful. Then in my windows, I'm gonna have white lights, snowflakes. I think I want to do a white Christmas, because it is not gonna snow in Houston. So I'm gonna let it snow. I'm gonna make me some snow for my windowsills and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing for Christmas. So I'll be putting up my tree. I'll be doing all the trimmings. Okay. Now, as I promised, I was going to talk about my Gospel Soul magazine. And your girl is on the cover. I'm on the cover. But for right now, I'm on the cover because the cover is going to be sponsored on our next release. The cover is going to be sponsored. This issue that's out is dedicated to domestic violence awareness. We had a couple of people we talked with on the show last month, and so we're sharing their testimony. And in this issue, domestic violence survivors, and we have Janedra Ledette. She's in the magazine. I don't know if y'all can see it, but she's in there, and her testimony is in there. We also in My Gospel Soul magazine, we got a lot of different ads, places that I've been to eat. How was the atmosphere? Did I enjoy it? All that good stuff. I got a chance to go by the El Dorado in the historic Third Ward on Emancipation, and I had a good time there. We have the Shape Center in here because Shape Center has My Gospel Soul magazine. They've allowed us to put a copy of the magazine in there, and we just have different articles. So please check it out. If you want one, you want to, see one, you can contact me and I'll make sure that you get one. The magazine is free. If you want to be in this magazine, this publication, we pass out this probably about 250 of these last month. And this month, we want to set a new record and pass out more. We're in Watkins right here on MLK. Cullen. We're in, let's see, we're in a couple of places. I can't even name out places as it just slipped my mind. We're in the Nickel. The Nickel is the Nickel Sandwich Shop right here on Lion Street. We're in a couple of places. Okay, the Shape Center again, right there on Alameda, if you want to go and you want to pick you up one. Okay, please show some love and support for My Gospel Soul magazine. All right, so listen, I tell you what we're going to do, because I love being on here with you guys. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. This is Sisters United. I might be doing a little solo act tonight, but we're here. We're here. So the topic tonight was, who do you dress for? And I hear a lot of men talking to women about what they wear, what they have on. And I just really wanted to know, honestly, I mean, I already know my answer, but honestly, who do you get dressed for? Do you dress for yourself? Do you dress, who do you get dressed for? So that I'm sorry, somebody was texting. Who do you get dressed for? So I want you to really, really think about that, because sometimes we say, oh, I get dressed for myself. But do you really? Or do you you know, and some of our comments on it, which I'll go to the comments now, because I had posted just to see what people would say. So let me go to the post and just see what was said. Okay, so Janidra Ladette said she say I do both. So she get dressed for her and she get dressed for her man. Okay. And then I want to know too, ladies, do you like to dress your man? And I don't mean like he's a kid. I'm talking about, do you like to, you know, pick out different things for him, tell him what he looks good in, or what you attract. Because a lot of times men be like, you try to dress me. I'm not a kid. You ain't my mom. But who do we dress for? It's like, seriously, who do we dress for? Now, I do know a lot of people that get dressed and they don't really care how they look, or it's strictly about them. They don't really care. Hey, colors don't match, which, let me tell y'all the truth. With fashion, your colors don't have to match, honey. It's about how you feel. So it's a lot of people that, like I said, that get dressed for themselves. Me, I get dressed for myself. I people give their opinion and they say, "Oh yeah, I like you in that," or "Oh yeah, you just," but it don't even right down to my hair or my makeup or whatever. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like you better with short hair. Oh, I like you better with long hair. Oh, I like you better. Look, that's thank you. Thank you. But I'm ultimately going to get dressed for myself. Now, if my boo thing say, well, I sure like you in that dress, I will try to put that dress on a little more often. Especially if I'm trying to catch his eye. I'm just gonna be real with you. Now, LeJ Brandy says both, so she gets dressed for her man, and she gets dressed, but because sometimes when you put those clothes on, because I know when I wake up in the morning, you know, I'm going off of how I feel. Like a lot of people say, oh, you change your hair up a lot and this and the other. Yeah, because it's about me. I'm not I don't really care what people think. So my hair might be short, it might be wavy, it might be a little mini fro, it might be big hair, it might be or whatever. I'm just that kind of person. I express myself through how I dress. If I'm having a bad day, I might be looking jacked up. No, even on my bad days, I be trying to look good. All right. So let's see. Mabel Owens says she gets dressed for herself. Okay. Then let's see. Francisca Mata says she gets dressed for herself. Okay. So, like I said, to each his own, but I get curious about it because the question was posed to me. Well, not a question, it was a comment that was made about my hair or my makeup, and I never really pay attention to it because I'm gonna do what I want to do, but it just raised a question for me. Do other people, are you influenced by the person that you're with, or are you influenced? Because I know when I was coming up, it was a lot of things we couldn't wear. Like we couldn't wear pants. We was in super duper. Look, super duper Christians. You couldn't wear pants. Your sleeves couldn't be too. Anyway, you couldn't wear makeup, earrings, and all this because you couldn't do all this. Right now, it would be too much for back then. Okay, so it kind of shaped me till I got delivered and free from all that. And then I was able to really just be my authentic self. And so when people begin to ask me, or make comments about what I have on, or because I remember I had on a shirt in the sleeves, it didn't really have sleeves, and the young man said, well, my woman ain't gonna be wearing nothing like that. And I was like, I didn't see nothing wrong with your hat on, but at the same time, I didn't care. Hey, that's your hang up, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? If you find a lady that let you control what she put on, then that's your business. But I ain't the one. So let's see. Let's see if we have any more comments. No, that's it. So I tell you what, I'll take a break. I did not plan to be on here by myself tonight, but here we are. And when we come back, I'll read another article from My Gospel Soul magazine. All right. So y'all make sure y'all keep it right here. It ain't gonna take me long. I shall be right back. Today, December the 1st, is World AIDS Day. It's very important that you wear the ribbon, get tested, and
you cannot stay in environments where people don't know the true value of you. If you stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can.
Now, I know you're wondering why I played that. I accidentally hit on a December 1st. That December 1st, I played it back for you. But I wanted to play that because we, and I'm just moving on to next topic. If you're not careful, you will find yourself shrinking. And I've been in a situation like this before, where when a person meets when you meet a person meets you, they are in love or infatuated, not in love, infatuated with what they see. They're infatuated with all of you at first. And sometimes that infatuation will turn. Especially if you're dealing with a person who's insecure, don't know who they are, and you are walking fully in who you are, and you are confident, the thing that attracted them to you. It will be, some people tend to want to shrink that part of you so that they can feel larger, or that they can, so they can feel better about themselves. It's dangerous to do that. It's dangerous to deal with a person that don't know how valuable you are. And so you have to be careful. Yeah, and I know I led off with, who do you get dressed for? But you hear me say a lot that I don't really too much care about what people have to say about how I dress. What I'm really saying is, I know my value. You have to know your value. You have to find you have to find you have to know your worth. If you don't know your worth, you will shrink yourself. I have a friend that I've known for over 11 years, and we got in this deep discussion about relationships and about men that I was involved with. And and he said that to me. He said, because of you knowing who you are and the things that you do, he said, some people want you to shrink yourself or dumb down. That's what he said. That's the wording he used, dumb down. And he says you have to be careful who you get involved with, because you will find yourself trying to dumb down so the other person won't feel intimidated. And I was like, it was like I was tripping because I really honestly didn't understand it. But after I went through it, I understood it. And it doesn't happen like right off the bat. They start off, you're the most beautiful thing I ever saw, you the most this, that, and the other. They pump you up, and one of my homeboys told me this called game. It's a game that some men play. Some women do it too. And they pump you up. Oh, you are all that in a bag of chips. When the ground you walk, you can do no wrong. Then slowly but surely, they begin to, you know, chip away at that. They build you up, then they break you down. Why does this happen? Because it's like getting in that place of trust, in a making you vulnerable, because you already have a wall up, so they got to break that wall down So how do they do it? They gotta get in a place where you trust them. And when they get in that place, now all of a sudden, I'm in. Now I can say whatever I want to them. I can treat them any kind of way. I can tell them they don't look. Oh, you gaining weight. Oh, you don't look right in that dress. Maybe if you wore this, though, maybe this would be more fun. If you did your hair like this, if you did, and before you know it, you're more caught up on what they think or how they feel, and you start to abandon yourself. You start to abandon your likes. You start to neglect yourself to become what they need because you've allowed them to come into that place of trust. You allowed them come into you've allowed yourself to become vulnerable to them. And it's dangerous too if you don't, like I say, do your homework. Me personally, from this last trial I went through or whatever, I learned that I need to speak up for myself, and I need to, because sometimes we're infatuated. We see this person and we think, oh, this is a grown man. This is just, and before you know it, you have let that person in. And I always tell people, you let them in, now they knocking over furniture and they doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you're hurt, you confused because you like, wait a minute, this ain't the person I met. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to get to know a person. I want to see how you are without money. I want to see how you are, I want to see you when you're mad. I want to see you when you're happy. I want to know what you do when you got a lot of money. I want to know how you act. I want to know if you could save money. I want to know all these different things, because I don't want a surprise down the road. And a lot of times people rush into stuff and you get a couple of surprises down the road. My God, what is happening here? So you don't want them surprises, but you have to get to know people, And so, like the young man was telling me, it's called game. The game that men play, build you up, break you down. Oh, you just the most beautiful thing I ever seen. Oh, I just got to have you. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, and then the next thing you know, what you got that on for? Where you going? Who is that? I hear somebody in the background. Who that? And the next thing you know, utter chaos is going on in your life. So you gotta be vigilant, even when it comes to relationships. So I love you all. I've had a good time on this Sistas United tonight. I want you to remember that without faith it's impossible to please God, but with God all things are possible. Who cares? God cares. This is Sistas United. I'm also looking for guests to be on the show. I'm gonna slowly convert this thing into Janice and Company, so you'll see me do more interviews with different people in regards to healing, deliverance, how they testimonials, how they made it through, how they, navigated dark times, the storms of life, because we need to start unpacking some of the stuff we've been carrying around for years. Past hurts, family hurt, disappointments, abandonment. We need to start dealing with all of these issues. So I love you. I have enjoyed my little time with you tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next week with another exciting topic and more from My Gospel Soul magazine. God bless you and good night. Holding on, Jackie.